Hi there, my name is Molly. I hope that you regularly practice with me here on YouTube. I don't do that much here on YouTube since I run an online yoga membership that I update every single week with 3 to 4 classes every week. This is a membership-based platform where you pay monthly and you get those new classes every single week that are saved to an archive of classes. They never expire. So not only do you have brand new content every week, but you can replay those classes and all of your favorites can be added into a little album for yourself. Especially at the moment, we are doing a January live every week, Monday to Friday, where we have live classes every morning at 7 a.m. on the platform as well. So there's so much content at the moment over there. If you fancy joining me and being able to practice with me on a daily basis and improving not only your flexibility, your yoga and your stamina, but also just a happier, healthier you, then please do feel free to go over to sweatysoulstudio.com where you can read all about it and sign up there. For now, let's do this nice short backbending flow where we'll be deepening into our wheel pose. So let's get started. Today I'm going to ask that you find a block for yourself. If you don't have a block, you can use a buck or even a basketball or a football can be a really good thing to use as well because it's kind of light, not too heavy. I'd like you to get started just seated. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. Toward the middle or back of your mat and have your block on hand. So to begin, I'd like us just to sit on our shins. If that's not comfortable, feel free to elevate your hips on a block or sit cross-legged. Find a moment just to breathe. So we're going to take 3 nice full deep breaths together. I want you to inhale fully through your nose into your belly, your lungs, your chest. Exhale through your nose. Try to soften the exhale and make it slow and find some depth. Again, emptying out. Inhale, breathe in fully. Belly, lungs, chest. Exhale, keeping the mouth closed, soft, slow, smooth. Exhale through the nose until you feel like you've emptied everything out. Last breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, slow, controlled breath out through the nose. Well done. So trying to keep that breath throughout your practice today. So important to be breathing around the diaphragm and not holding the breath, especially when we're using our core strength in our back bending. So I want you to grab your block and you're going to bring your block all the way up overhead. And what I'd like you to do is trying to extend your arms as much as you can, pushing the palms of your hands into the block. And notice what happens in the rib cage here. So I'd like us to try to keep the focus here around the shoulders. And I want us to open through the shoulders here as much as we can. So in order to do that, I want you to eliminate the back bend. Okay, so we're not coming straight into that back bend. I want you to drop your rib cage down, tuck your tailbone a little bit, and feel as if your arms are moving back. So thumbs are moving back in space. Try not to compensate by bending into the elbows. Arms extending back, and then we're going to take little pulses. So I want you to just pulse your arms back in space, keeping the arms poker straight, keeping that gentle squeezing of palms into the block, and noticing if your rib cage wants to flare out, noticing if your neck is starting to strain. Try to relax into the neck. Lift the shoulders gently up toward your ears as you pulse back. Again, drop your rib cage down, tuck your tailbone, lift your lower belly up and in. Keep pulsing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at your maximum range back. Push the hands into the block. Feel your arms poker straight again for 10. Hug your rib cage in. Doesn't matter if that eliminates the extension back or compensates or pulls your arms forward. I don't want you to just flare out in order to get more depth. Holding it here for 5. Breathe into it for 4. Thumbs reach back in space for 3. Hug your rib cage down and in for 2. And 1. Well done. Roll out the shoulders. So rolling the shoulders forward and then rolling the shoulders back. You start probably feel a lot of sensation there, especially in the traps, maybe around the neck. Maybe you need to roll out the neck. Well done. Okay, and then we're going to release that block out to one side. I'd like you to come straight into your cat-cow. So come onto tabletop. Inhale, pull your heart forward, tilt your sit bones up, pull your heart through your shoulders. Exhale, dome into your back. Feel the tailbone tuck and keep your chin toward your chest. Again, inhale, pull the heart forward, soften the rib cage down, gaze forward, maybe even gazing up to stretch through the throat. Exhale, dome into your back. Feel that scapula protraction as space moves between the shoulders. One more, inhale to arch. Heart forward, tilt sit bones up. Exhale, round through the spine. Gaze toward your navel as you push the floor away. This time, inhale, arch your spine, push into the tops of your feet and lift all the way up and back into your downward facing dog. Wrap your triceps in toward each other, pedal into your knees. We're going to move through some ripples through the spine, just getting used to that back bending sensation. So I want you to round forward, tilt it all the way forward, tucking your chin toward your chest, dome into your back. And then once your shoulders stack over the wrist, look forward, soften your knees, tilt your sit bones up like you're coming into that cow belly, arching your spine until you come into down dog. Straighten the legs, look toward the belly button. Now inhale, roll forward. Keep the gaze toward the belly button and tilt shoulders over the wrist, look forward, bend the knees, push it all the way back as you tilt your sit bones up. One more time, inhale, ripple it forward, gaze to the navel, look forward as you arch your spine, pull the heart forward as you push your heart back. Well done. Okay, this time we're going to inhale, come forward. 8-point namaskar. I want you to drop your knees, arch your spine like you're coming into that cow belly, and then bend your elbows to graze your rib cage. Bring your chest and your chin toward the mat. Slither through like a snake onto the belly into cobra. So you're going to slowly come to belly and thighs. Lift your heart. Don't push the hands into the mat to lift the chest. I want you to use your back strength, use your quad strength, lift the heart, and then release. Bum toward the heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, ripple it forward, plank. Exhale, drop your knees, chest and chin, arch your spine, navel to spine, slither through like a snake. Inhale, cobra. Use your back body strength, elbows hugging in, core is engaged. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bum to heels, tuck the toes, lift the hips. One more time. Come all the way forward. Inhale. Exhale. This time we're going to pause in that 8-point. So I want you to really bring weight into the chin and the chest. So holding it here, you might even bring your knees in a little bit closer. Feeling that really deep compression in the back body, in the upper back especially here. So your tailbone is lengthening up. I want you to pull your lower belly gently in towards your lower spine. Feel your chest, your heart, your throat melting. There might be some discomfort. Don't worry. You can push the hands into the mat to bring a little bit more weight out of the chest. Breathe for 3. Hold for 2. And then slither through onto your belly. Cobra, lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way up and back. Well done. Okay, we're going to inhale, extend your right leg to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip. So you're going to lift that right knee really high. I want you to look up and over your left shoulder. So finding a little bit of a back bend here. Squeeze your right heel toward your glutes. And then look forward. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, knee to nose as you step that right foot all the way through. For high lunge, sweep your arms all the way up overhead. So in this high lunge, we're going to come through a little bit of movement. So I'd like you to straighten into your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, you're going to bend into your right knee. Inhale, hover your left knee just above the mat, and then tuck your tailbone, hug your rib cage down and in as you kick your left leg straight. Really feeling that sensation in the left hip flexor. We'll do that twice more. Inhale, right leg straight. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale, soften that left knee, tuck your tailbone. Exhale, kick that left leg straight, keeping the tailbone tucked. One more time. Inhale, right leg straightens. Exhale, bend right knee. Drop the left knee just to hover, and then kick the left leg straight, engage your left glute, tuck your tailbone. Well done. Releasing hands to mat. We're going to drop the left knee down to the mat. We're going to kick that right leg straight into half splits just to give yourself a little bit of a breather there. Inhale, arching your spine. Exhale, fold over your thighs, so heart extending forward. Now we're going to bend forward into the right knee again. Inhale, low lunge, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, take a side bend, so you can use your block here if you want. You can bring the block just to the outside of your right hip. Fingertips will find the block or the mat as your left arm extends up and over the left ear. So I want us to really open through our left waist here, our left hip flexor. Ground down through your right big toe mound. Breathe here for 3. Hold for 2. And 1. Slowly bring it all the way back up through center. You're going to reach back for the left foot with the left hand. So pick up the left foot. Ooh, a little bit of a wobble. Your right forearm can come to your elbow, resting there. If you want, you can bring a block. So that can help as well underneath the hands. You're going to pull that left heel in towards you as best you can. You might just pump the heel, or you might even flip the grip and bring the fingers in line with the toes, pulling the heel toward the glute for 3. Pump it down for 2. Holding it there for 1. Reaching down through your right big toe, your right inner foot. And release. Well done. So we're going to release the hands. We're going to step it back into plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Lowering down again, holding. This time you might bring the weight fully into the chin and chest. Lift your heels away from the mat. Maybe you even interlock your fingers behind the back. Lift your knuckles toward the sky. Navel to spine for 3. Squeeze through inner thighs for 2. Engage your core. 1. Hands to the mat. Slither through like a snake. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, release, downward facing dog. So in your cobra, really trying to use your back body to lift the chest. Now, left side. Inhale, sweep left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Well done. So here I want you to look over the right shoulder, peeking toward the left toe. Lift that left knee. Well done. And then keep the gaze forward. Kick the left leg straight. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot all the way through. We're going to do that high lunge again. Sweep the arms all the way up overhead. Whoop. Shoulders over the hips. So straighten into the left leg. Inhale. Navel to spine. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Drop your right knee. Inhale again. Exhale, kick the right leg straight as possible while keeping that tailbone tucked. Okay, again, 2 more. Inhale, left leg straightens. Exhale, bend into the left knee. Tuck your tailbone, hug your rib cage back. Inhale, bend your right knee to hover. Exhale, kick back through your right heel, engaging through your right glute. Don't worry if it doesn't fully straighten. Last time, grounding down through your left inner foot. Inhale. Exhale, bend left knee. Inhale, right knee hovers. Exhale, kicking it all the way back. Well done. Hands find the mat, coming into that half splits. We're going to straighten the left leg. Hips are over the right knee. Inhale, arching your spine. Exhale, fold. Well done. Inhale, look forward. We're going to bend into the left knee. Again, you can bring the block with you if you want. Sweep your arms all the way up overhead. And then the left hand is going to find that block. Right arm is going to extend over your right ear. Well done. Engage your right glute. Find that length down to your right waist. Breathe for 3. Hold here for 2. Breathe fully in and out through the nose. For 1, release all the way back up. We're going to come into that quad stretch. So left elbow either to the knee, or you can also have it to a block, to the inside of the left foot. You're going to pump that right heel in toward the glute. Your fingers might flip with the toes. Root down to your left inner foot for balance. Lift up through your core. Pump it for 3. Lift your chest for 2. And 1, slowly release. Hands find the mat, step it back into plank. Inhale in your plank. Knees, chest, chin, lowering with control. We're gonna inhale, ripple forward into cobra. Hold it here. Engage your quads, lift your belly up and in, and now bring your hands behind your head. We're gonna inhale at center, exhale, twist to the right, look to the right. Inhale, lift at center, exhale, look to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, look to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, look to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, look right. Inhale, center. Exhale, look left. One more round. Toes are heavy. Inhale, center. Squeeze elbows back. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Well done. Inhale, center, and release. Hands to mat. Come to your knees. We're going to come all the way down onto our back, and we're going to try some back bend wheels or Vajrasana. Now, I'm going to bring these blocks with me. I'm going to demonstrate the option to use blocks, which can be super helpful, especially if you have wrist mobility strains or injuries, or if you're just lacking in your wrist mobility. The blocks can be a really big help. You can also do this at a wall, bringing the blocks to the wall behind you. Okay, so the wall would be at the back of your mat. You would bring the blocks to the wall, just so that you have that little bit of extra grip if you're scared of the blocks sliding, especially if your mat isn't very grippy. So I'm going to recline and try to wiggle these blocks out of the way. And the blocks are going to go by my ears, okay? So blocks are almost touching my shoulders. And I'm going to set up my feet hip width distance like I would for my bridge pose. Toes point directly forward. Really important that the toes don't point out. You're then going to start to use your lower back in your back bending, which is not what we want. I want you to really root down to your inner feet, toes point forward. Bring your hands to the edges of the block so that the fingertips are curling over the edges of the block. Nice and close to the shoulders. Your fingers might even touch your shoulders. And then you're going to lift your hips up into your bridge pose. Engage your core. Squeeze your inner thighs. You could even bring a block between your inner thighs as well. Then you're going to push down into the blocks and come to the top of your head. Then from there, push down into the blocks again. Whoop, these are a little bit slippy. And then straighten up into the arms. The blocks for me are a little bit slippy on the mat, so I'm not going to use the blocks. But if you are using the blocks, keeping the fingers over the edges of the blocks, same applies. You're going to lift the hips, palms face down. Make sure the elbows do not slide out. You can come to the top of the head and then push into the blocks or the mat and straighten into the arms. So it doesn't matter if your elbows are bent like this, just important that they're hugging in toward each other, that they're not splaying out. Then you can keep your knees bent, or you can begin to straighten a little bit. You can walk the feet in a little bit closer if you want to deepen the back bend. If there's any pain in the lower back, come on to the tippy toes. Okay, so holding it here for 5. Full breaths, engage your glutes, squeeze through your inner thighs. Imagine you're squeezing into a block. You can gaze between the thumbs for 2 and 1. To come out, really important, I want you to tuck your chin. So look toward the ceiling. Come onto the tips of your toes, bend your elbows, place the back of your head onto the mat first, then your upper back, then your middle back, then your lower back, and release all the way down. Okay, so like I said, you can use the blocks. For me there, the mat was way too slippy, so like I said, really good if you want to come to a wall and bring the blocks up against the wall so they cannot move anywhere. Okay, so just take a moment here to neutralize the spine. I would encourage you to do at least 2 more back bends. So you can keep your soles of feet to mat and just bring both knees to the left. You can bring your arms out into a T shape, into cactus, or even hands behind the head, just feeling into your waist there. Breathe deep. And then back to center, knees to the right. Twisting slightly, gently through the lower back. And then knees back to center. To release, you can bring your knees in towards your chest. Squeeze everything in tight. And then into your Shavasana, you're going to extend your legs straight. Hands can be to the belly or by the side body, whatever feels best for you. Take a minute here of stillness. So just thank yourself for dedicating time to deepening your back bending. It can be a scary thing to bend our spine in that direction. It's basically going against all of our natural tendencies, all of our daily habitual movements that we do is usually crouching over a screen, our phones, or whatever it is at work, our desks. So back bending is something that is so healthy for your spine, but can be quite scary. So thank yourself. Well done for dedicating time to doing something that is very much out of our comfort zone. Know that you have done something extremely positive for yourself, and in doing something positive for yourself, you will naturally share that with everyone that you come in contact with today. You can pause and stay here for as long as possible, but again, just for the length of the class, we're going to come over onto the side of our body, whichever comes naturally, and then keep your eyes closed. Come all the way up to a comfortable seat. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Sit up tall through your spine. Let's close our practice together. Bring your hands to prayer at the heart. Bow your chin towards your chest. Honor your practice today. And namaste. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for practicing with me on my YouTube channel. I will try my best to bring as much as I can here. But like I said, all of my weekly content, which is hour-long classes, 30-minute classes, workouts, meditations, and a community full of goal-driven movers, you can head over to Sweaty Soul Living, which is on Instagram, or you can head over to our website, which I will link below. Thank you so much for practicing today, and I hope you enjoyed that back bending flow.